It's in there. If you dig in there, the aging report is in.
Yeah, okay. And it's, I guess it's more or less set up that way so that everyone will have access to it. Correct. And then the way we're talking before, how y'all gotta put it actually forward. Eric. We got it again. And then we should build that up. How much do we keep? Before we collect. Well, not before we collect, but let's just say we got $100,000, then it goes up to $110,000. Then what do we say? $100,000. Yeah, that's what we trim back. That's where we have to increase. But we're using that. Right, that's what I'm getting at. So, I mean, but then we have, I mean, obviously we're watching it. Oh, yeah. Not questioning anything, I'm just going, you know, so there's gotta be a point though, to say, hey, it's in 150, whoa, down to 90. That's what we gotta go on. Yeah. But hopefully. Right. You gotta have that's what. You see a report. And then put all. I know it's over. See that. You can get into the phone. But I have one today. One I have it's been there over I got yeah, this is exactly what it is. That is the draft copy. Right. But you can go into that, you've got to break it down in categories. They don't play with one next to yeah, because these are all yeah, and that'll show you.
What are they doing?
I don't want the 101. I mean, I only want that once a year.
And we usually try to have if we get it in time.
Yeah. Well, I think there's this.
Yeah, well, no, and that's fine. It's going to the March round. I'm not gonna go down. Which is.
Well, I know, and I don't have.
seniors, so I was trying to look at that. That's what
I know. And Will,
No, I mean.
come out this time.
No, it's not, well, it's sort of creepy.
Oh, you need to sign.
But then,
That's what he was talking
I know the guy Then he gives you a little.
Don't hurt.
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting of the Board of Directors to order. Before we begin, I want to note that the board chair, Michelle Camp, has lost her voice this evening and is unable to preside. As vice president, I will be chairing the meeting on her behalf. Michelle is present, engaged, and we appreciate everyone's understanding. This meeting is being held on February 18th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. at 4801 Lakeside Club Boulevard, Fort Myers, Florida. For those watching remotely, the meeting is also being streamed for owners at home on YouTube. We'll proceed with the agenda as posted. Begin with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Eric.
Right.
Oh, Brian. Excuse me, Brian.
Andy Levin,
Here.
Bill Engel,
Here.
Debbie Cotton,
Absent.
Michelle Camp, Patrick Madigan,
Here.
Sharon Osborne,
Here.
Brian Knapp is here.
Speak up.
Okay, proof of notice. The proof of notice, this meeting has been properly posted in accordance with association requirements.
Yes.
Reading or waiving of a previous minutes. The minutes of the previous meeting have been posted on the website. Is there a motion to waive the reading of the minutes?
I'll make a motion to waive the minute from the previous meeting.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Managers report. We'll now move to Eric's report now.
Good evening, everybody. Over the last month and a half, since we didn't have a report in January at the annual meeting, for the last month and a half, operations across the community have remained steady with a continued focus on maintenance, infrastructure improvements, safety, and resident communication. On the maintenance side, routine work orders are being handled as they come in. We've been paying close attention to preventative maintenance. The irrigation system has been checked and is being maintained frequently to help keep the landscaping healthy, especially in this drought, and to avoid larger repairs later on. The lake fountain on the south end of the lake was serviced and is now operating much more efficiently and looks a lot better too. We've continued rebuilding the meter rooms. That work is progressing. The walk-through gate that was damaged at the front entrance was repaired. We believe we've identified the likely cause, and we are working to prevent similar issues moving forward. We discovered a leak last week underneath the pavers as you walk up to the pool, you may have saw a small area roped off over the weekend that we didn't get, weren't able to get the pavers back down until today or yesterday. This could have been a major costly repair, especially where the break was located. But luckily we were able to identify and locate and dig up the spot ourselves. And our plumber was able to come in and fix it quickly. And a repair that could have easily cost us multiple thousands of dollars cost only $290. So that was very good. I also want to say a thank you to Mike Balthazar. Mike helps us out with a lot of different stuff, but in particular this, up at the front entrance where we put our Christmas lights on the beautiful trees, there were 2 of the outlet stanchions that were not located at the base of the tree, and it stretched the cord farther where it could have gotten damaged by the lawnmowers or anything. And he dug up and relocated those electrical outlets to be closer to the tree where they need to be. And that saved us quite a bit of money. And he's always there to help. And I just want to make sure he's recognized and we say thank you to him. From a ground standpoint, landscaping and vendor performance continue to be monitored closely. We're maintaining regular oversight to keep the community looking its best. And I want to thank Skip and Jack, Skip Lufali and Jack Acosta for helping us out a lot with landscaping. Since they've stepped up, we've done a lot. And I know Sharon's going to talk about the landscape committee meeting we have coming up, which is going to be a big one. And I hope a lot of people come to it. Looking at current and upcoming projects, the installation of the new walking path extension is scheduled for this month. And in addition to that, we're going to make a small addition to the rear parking lot in the clubhouse that will improve access, increase parking, and improve functionality for when we have events like Pine Ridge Day or Cornhole or anything we want to do back in the parking lot and the dock back there. Fiber optic conversion remains one of the biggest ongoing priorities that we have. I want to thank Andy Levin, our vice president. His help has been invaluable to me on this very important project. He's been working it with me every single day. Just a warning, I want to say to those who have not made the switch over to fiber, almost everybody has. But those who have not, Comcast is at some point in the near future going to discontinue the legacy coax cable service. And what that means is you're not going to have cable, internet, phone, any Comcast service in your house at that time if you haven't switched over to fiber optics. So I'm really encouraging everyone to call in, make the switch. If you have any trouble, let my office know and we will help you with it. But Andy's going to talk more about this in his report. But I want to impress upon that. If you haven't done it, I don't want you to wake up one day without any service. So please do it. From a compliance standpoint, we've continued coordinating with the health department regarding the pool and spa. We addressed the issues that they brought to our attention with the ladders and the railing, and we will ensure we remain in compliance with that. On safety and security, there was an auto accident at the front entrance of the community last week involving 2 owners, both of whom are owners. One vehicle tailgated the other through the gate and rear-ended the driver in front of them. So probably the most predictable accident that we could have, we had. This is an important reminder that one vehicle at a time should enter through the gate. Drivers should proceed carefully and avoid incidents like this. You never know who the other person is driving, and if they're paying attention or not paying attention or where their head's at, and you don't want to get your car hit and wind up screwing up your day, at the least, and hopefully not worse. So please be careful, follow the posted rules. These guidelines are there for everybody's safety. We're also currently addressing a situation that you may have heard about, but we're addressing a situation involving an unapproved individual staying with a resident. So we've identified the issue. We are documenting activity related to this, and we are working directly with the unit owner as well as law enforcement to resolve it through the proper channels. I want to be clear to anyone else, everyone else, and to those people, but anyone else. that bringing unapproved occupants into the community, particularly individuals with concerning backgrounds, is not acceptable whatsoever. And it's a violation of the association rules, the bylaws, and these rules and bylaws are in place for the safety and protection of everyone. And we have to enforce them. This is 2 years in a row that, unrelated, we have similar issues. We can't do this every year. We can't do this every year. You guys pay a lot of money to be in a nice place. It's got to remain a nice place. That's why we're here. So moving on from that, we've also been talking about speeding in the community, speed humps versus speed bumps, and the considerations involving that. And Brian is going to talk about that in his report, which I'd be interested to hear. I want to talk about recycling as well, and I'm going to emphasize recycling. Our recycling area is now for cardboard only. Cardboard only. We've got a nice flyer that you got coming in. It reads right at the top, cardboard only. I even put one on that right there so people will be looking at it while I'm talking, right? Cardboard only. It's right on that podium there. There are signs posted. It's important that residents take a moment to read and follow them. When other materials are placed in there, that contaminates the whole load. That adds cost. It complicates operational issues for us and the garbage company, and we really need everyone's cooperation here. I think it's a lot better to have that small dumpster out there and free up a lot more room and not have a big rusty old thing in our parking lot. So we've come a long way. Let's do it the right way so we can keep it that way and maybe even get it to look better. So we really need everyone's cooperation on this. Administratively, over at Myers and Bretholtz, we have a new bookkeeper. Her name is Tiffany. We've been working to get her up to speed, and she's been doing okay so far. But overall, our focus continues to be on preventative maintenance, infrastructure improvements, safety, vendor oversight, and keeping residents informed and engaged. If you have any questions, concerns, or want to stay better informed on what's happening with the community, I invite every one of you to come to the managers meeting that we have in the clubhouse here every Wednesday at 3 o'clock, with the exception of board meeting day. So 3 Wednesdays a month, 3 or 4 Wednesdays a month, depending. But please feel free to come to that, bring your questions, and we do really well at those meetings. So I'd like to see more people there. Thank you very much.
The chairman's report, we'll wait till next month. It is very short, but she won't be able to do it.
I didn't hear you.
All right, now we'll have the treasurer's report, Bill England.
Good evening, everyone. Got a little bit lengthy report tonight. Just kind of bear with me a few minutes.
Good time.
Talk louder, please.
Hands out there. All right, let's try this and see if that's better. Says, as treasurer, I'd like to take a few minutes to review the financial condition of the association and share my perspective on where we stand. Overall, the association remains financially strong and well positioned. Our operating accounts are stable, our reserves remain intact, and we will continue to plan responsibly for both current needs and future capital projects. That sustainability is a result of careful oversight, conservative decision-making, and consistent management. Our primary source of income continues to be owner assessments, supplemented by interest, earnings, and routine administrative revenue. This past year, however, included several unusual financial events that are important to highlight. The association will have a bigger than normal income tax bill this year due to the profit generated from the 2 units the association acquired in 2004. I can't even read it now. 2024 and sold in 2025. While that does create a tax obligation, those transactions ultimately strengthen the association's financial position and were handled in a way that benefits the community long-term. In addition, our cash position is especially strong right now as a result of the insurance settlement reached in 2025. That recovery significantly improved our financial flexibility and allow us to address major repair and restoration needs without placing additional burden on the owners. It also positions us well as we plan for our future projects and ongoing maintenance. On the expense side, our largest cost remains consistent: insurance, utilities, landscaping, staffing, and maintenance. These are the core expenses required to operate and care for a community of this size. Like many associations, we continue to monitor rising insurance and operating costs closely. We also continue to make appropriate use of reserve funds for long-term projects such as roofing, painting, and infrastructure improvements. In my opinion, this is exactly how reserves should be used, proactively and responsibly, to preserve the property and to avoid more costly issues in the future. From an operational standpoint, income exceeds expenses overall, and the association ended this year on solid financial footing. Our reserves remain funded, and we continue to support both day-to-day operations and long-term planning. We also continue to monitor the owner's accounts and collections as needed. Delinquencies remain limited and manageable, and appropriate steps are taken to protect the association's financial interest. And I have to comment on that because Eric does a good job on letting these people know before they get in such a predicament that they may not be able to get themselves out of. So he stays on top of that, and he does a good job of that. I also want to express appreciation for management more broadly. The financial results we're discussing tonight, from the unit transaction to the insurance recovery and overall stability of our treasury, requires constant coordination, follow through, and attention to detail. Management plays a major role not only in identifying opportunities, but in maintaining financial discipline throughout the year. Speaking personally, as your treasurer, I believe the association is being managed in a careful, conservative, and responsible way. We are maintaining what we have, planning ahead for what's coming, and avoiding unnecessary risk. That approach protects property values and keeps the community stable over time. Looking ahead, we will need to remain mindful of insurance costs, inflation, and ongoing maintenance needs. Those will continue to shape our financial decisions, but based on where we stand today, I'm confident in the association's financial position and direction we're heading. In short, the association is financially sound, our cash position is strong, reserves are being used appropriately, and we are continuing to invest in the long-term health and stability of our community. I know it's a little lengthy, but I thought you deserved a little more explanation than what I've probably given you in the past of just saying we're stable. So hopefully that told you a little bit anyway. And the check's in the mail. But one other thing I wanted to add to that financial audit that we have that we agreed to, which we do every 3 years, I think it is. That won't be done until about end of May, probably. It just takes a while to get all that together. So as soon as we get that report, we'll hand that out to you and bring it, let you look at it, whatever you want. And that's all I have. Except when the board have any questions on anything? Sharon, go ahead and speak for her, Sharon. No, if you have a question on anything, just let me know and we'll.
Yeah, good. I was just wondering, how much more did the taxes run us? Was it a lot?
It's not done yet. It's gonna be, it would be $42,000 if we do the taxes, one way.
Yeah.
But if we do it another way, it costs a little bit more in accounting fees to file it in a more complicated way, but it'll lower it to like 34,000. So we save like 7,000 by, which is what we'll do.
All right. It's to be expected anytime it's a lot.
Yeah, it means you're making money.
And that's the key behind of when we try to keep our dues as low as we possibly can, is the way we handle this money. I mean, we could spend every dime we've got in 2 months if we wanted to, but I don't think that's right. And I'm doing everything that I can and staying on it out of reserve as much as we can. So hopefully it'll pay off in the long run for everyone and me.
We're gonna go to committee reports now. Oh, yeah, Bill, thank you very much. It's an excellent report. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you for coming up with that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's just me.
Can I just,
No.
but not a question, a comment.
Not
There's
right now.
issues with the live feed.
That'll be fine.
Make sure you use the microphones.
Okay, committee reports. Sharon, please, landscape.
Yeah, landscape committee. Oh, I'm sorry, that's from Michelle, thank you. So she still can get our attention though.
She's engaged.
Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Landscape committee, we've been meeting over the last year. It is on. It is on. It is on. Closer to
Eat it.
Okay, is that better? Okay. The landscaping committee for the past few months has been working on sprucing up, of course, and taking care of all the plants we have. But during our work, we figured out that there was we have a lot of old bushes that were probably planted when this place was put together between 83 and 86, and that need to be replaced. So Brad Davidson, he's the client relations person for our landscapers. He met with us last month and he did a really good slideshow and showed us where our problem areas were. And as part of that discussion, we were talking about the landscape committee would like to come up with a 5-year plan because we can't replace everything in 1 year. It's going to have to be cycled in. So he is coming again a week from today. That's February 25th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to have a landscaping meeting and he's going to start talking to us about what our 5-year plan might look like. And I think he might be actually going to take us out and kind of look, but I'm not sure. He was still working on exactly what it looked like, what the meeting would look like. But we hope he'll come because, you know, we see our landscaping every day and I know that some of us love it, some of us hate it. So let's see if we can get together and make it better. Okay, and also if the chairman or vice chairman allows me to, I've been asked to talk a little bit about the social club election that's coming up. Due to the voting procedures approved in the most recent bylaws of the social club, if you remember, in fact, they came to this board and we approved them not too long ago. Any 4 persons wanting to be considered for the social club executive board must have names submitted to the office by February 28th, which means if you want to run as an officer of the social club, you should make it known by February 28th. An election will be held at the March meeting if more than 1 slate of 4 is submitted to the office by February 28th. The 3 members at large position will be filled from nominations from the floor at the March 4th meeting, and if more than 3 nominations are made and seconded, a written vote will be held to determine the 3 members at large. after the new board is determined, the 4 executive positions, and that's the president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary, will be decided by those 4 members elected, just like this board does. You know, we all go to the social club events, I think, of one type or another, and they do a really nice job. Everybody works really hard putting it together. So we really hope that you would come to the meeting, and it will be Wednesday, March 4th at 6:30 p.m. here. So I hope that you'll attend and you'll support the social club. Thank you.
Safety Committee, Brian?
We,
Oh, yeah, one more thing. Yeah. Heinrich Day is coming up. I don't even have a date in front of me.
March 7th.
March 7th. The directors really want to support Heinrich Day, so we're really hoping that all of us will sign up to do something, to participate somehow. And you can help set up, you can help serve food, you can run games. A social club committee can give you all kinds of things to do. So we really would like to support that, and that we hope that all of you will join us, because it really is a good time, and it does give us a chance that everybody can get together and kind of celebrate Prime Ridge. Thank you.
Brian?
the safety committee had a meeting last Tuesday. Unfortunately, no one came. So I guess we're pretty safe. Eric and I discussed a few things, and one of those things was that you're probably mostly aware that there is a survey currently out on the website on Front Steps. There has been, I guess, over the last 20 years or more, debate and concern and questions about the safety and the speeds and the speed bumps of the community. And a survey was posted on the website presenting a few options that we have in terms of controlling the safety of those issues. Basically, the speed limits, the speed bumps, and so forth. The survey basically is intended to gather some opinions of the total community in terms of what we should be looking at. It offers 3 options to improve the speed control in the community. The first option is to remove the speed bumps and replace them with speed humps. The survey contains all of the explanation of the differences and so forth. The second option was basically keeping the current speed bumps without any changes. And the third option is removing all of the speed bumps and let traffic fly as it may. There are some pros and cons to all of these. The access for emergency vehicles, it is a little bit of a hindrance for an ambulance. And I guess if you were in the ambulance with a broken leg and they had to go over the speed bump and it jarred you in the ambulance, it might be uncomfortable. However, the overall speed and the control of traffic, I think, is a major issue. I guess this debate has been going on for 20 years or longer. I've only been here for 14, so I wasn't included in all of those debates. However, currently that survey is out there. If you have not seen it, there was an email sent to link to that survey, or you can go online and offer your opinions. The choices are, as I mentioned, you can choose one of the 3, and there's a very detailed explanation of the reasons for the survey that was posted along with the survey. In terms of costs, Many of the costs are just projections. They're not estimates. They're not bids. Or they could be wrong, but they should be fairly accurate for the cost of any of those alternatives. So I encourage anyone who has not to go onto the website and take the survey. I do apologize for front steps. I guess people have had some issues trying to vote. If there is a problem, I'd be happy to help anyone that needs help. I didn't have any myself, but there has to be a way around it. So we'll be happy to take those votes. But as of today at approximately 2:30 p.m., 75 people had responded to that survey. And those responses were replacing the speed bumps with speed humps. There were 16 positive votes. Keeping the existing speed bumps without changes, there were 53 votes. And removing all speed control bumps, there were 6 votes. The safety committee will continue to monitor the results of the survey, as well as collect other options that may be available to help to control some of the issues that people have come up with. We don't know yet what they'll be, but we'll offer to the board some recommendations at some point. This may take a month or so before we gather all of the information, but I wanted to bring you up to date on what was happening now.
What's the cost?
He said he doesn't know.
They said, yeah. Can we remind people that we'd be glad to listen to you at the open forum, but starting this is really not good because then nobody can.
It's in the front
Okay,
steps.
thank you.
The cost. Just look on the front steps, it's got the cost.
That's okay. Also, in terms of safety, that there have been some comments made about the safety of the dumpsters, particularly in the windy seasons and the doors slamming shut from winds. We want to suggest that everybody be very cautious if they're going to a dumpster during the day that's fairly windy. There are posts on each of the dumpster doors, and I believe all of them, and I'll check all of them, but there's a latch or a shelf where the posts that hold the door shut can be locked in, so that if you go into the dumpster to throw away your garbage, the door may blow shut, but it won't lock. So be very cautious, particularly on windy days. In regards to the current speed bumps in the community, it's been brought to our attention that many of them have lost their paint and can't be seen, particularly after dark. And we have some volunteers in the community have volunteered to repaint those speed bumps so that they can be seen, and we're appreciative of the volunteer efforts to do it, and that'll be done as soon as we can do it.
And we got some glass reflected beads to put onto the paint too, so at night you'll be able to see better.
That's the end of my report.
Thanks, Brian. Now for my report on fiber installation. We're making steady progress with the community-wide Comcast fiber optic installation. At this point, 352 units have been completed out of the 462 total units, representing approximately 76% of the community. That is solid progress and keeps us moving steadily towards full completion. As part of the infrastructure work, CCU, Cable Connection and Utilities Corp, replaced several connection modules in the underground vaults to ensure the fiber system is fully operational. These repairs were necessary to maintain reliable service throughout the community. During the installation process, Nathan Reedy, our community account representative, visited the community last month, hosted a pizza party, and addressed residents' questions and concerns. Some of the residents were initially not receiving the speeds included in our agreement, but those issues have now been corrected. A small number of installations were also found to be incorrect, and those are being reviewed and fixed as needed. For residents who have not scheduled a fiber installation, this is important to act within the next month. Comcast will soon turn off the legacy coaxial cable service, and any unit not connected to the new fiber network will lose cable, internet, and communication services. Scheduling your installation promptly will help ensure there is no interruption in service. Once all residents are switched over to fiber, we will be able to remove the old deteriorated coax lines, which will improve the overall appearance of the community and eliminate outdated infrastructure. If you have any questions about your installation or would like assistance in reviewing anything, let me know or Eric, and we are working to address concerns as they arise to ensure a smooth transition for everyone. Now, another thing, if you know of anybody who is not connected to fiber, please talk to them. If they need the number, contact the office that'll be supplied to them. We really would like to get this taken care of as soon as possible. We're running a parallel system, coaxial cable and fiber at the same time, but eventually the coax will go away and those who are not signed up will lose service. So please, if you know of anybody, help us out. I appreciate it. Thank you. And what we have to do now for new business. The primary item under new business tonight is discussion and possible action to establish an insurance review committee. And with insurance costs continuing to rise, this committee would help review our current policies, coverages, deductibles, and renewal options, and make recommendations to the board. This would be an advisory group only, and the board would keep all final decision-making authority. And Patrick?
Let's try to use someone here. One thing I think we got to be looking at is where we're at with all of our insurance as we go forward. And I was watching a congressional hearing the other day, and State Farm was being grilled, and the CEO makes $5 million as the head of State Farm. And then you also see those commercials with all the quarterbacks. I mean, they're spending the money to take our money. So I think it's a wise decision that we get a committee together so that even the insurance people that we have now, we might continue with, but as long as they know that we're on the cusp of looking at new insurance carriers, hopefully they'll be looking at us and say, hey, we're going to give you the good service that we can give you.
Patrick, before we discuss, could we have a motion?
Well, no.
We haven't had a motion on the table. There's nothing
Okay,
to discuss.
all right. So I'll make the motion then to establish an insurance review committee to review the association's insurance coverage and cost, provide recommendations to the board.
Okay. Michelle, Chairman,
Michelle
seconds it, yeah.
No discussion.
Discussion?
So to kind of carry on, I think if the insurance company can see that we're looking, because Bill was saying just before coming in here that they came in initially and wanted to up our insurance costs, and then when they left, they actually lowered what our insurance costs were going to be. So I think if they know that we're always looking and we are comparing costs with different agencies, that we can stay, pretty firm with what we're going to be paying. Because you can see in our budget, we pay a considerable amount of money for the insurance, which we have to have and we need to keep the community upkeep as we move forward.
No, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No, carried.
If anyone's interested in that committee, let us know.
And you need to get that thing started.
I'm not sure if anybody heard what Andy said, but if there are any volunteers that would like to serve on the committee, let the office know, or one of us.
Yes, please.
Because this thing rolls around in June, so you don't have a whole lot of time to be looking and trying to put stuff together, so June's when she comes in with her quote.
Okay, open forum. We will now open the floor to members. Owners may speak for up to 3 minutes on any association matter. Please state your name and unit for the record.
Okay. We had a couple people sign up. Robert Tolles.
Robert Tolles, 4685 Blackberry Drive. How's everybody doing? Glad to see you got that mess out of the parking lot, the recycling, because people here thought that was pretty much a tragedy. If people come in here to buy a unit and then they see stuff like that and they leave. So glad to see that gone. We recently put backflow devices down Blackberry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm real curious on why we put those down Blackberry when each individual zone in here, when this place was built, has a main backflow. That's a lot bigger. Now we put backflows in, we've got copper pipes hanging out of the ground that transition from CDP piping. So you got a break point there, and now you have a maintenance issue on every one of those that you install. So why did we do that versus repairing or replacing the main unit?
The county required us to do it.
We didn't pull a permit.
It's certified by a third party and the county comes back and checks them.
Do you have some documentation saying that we had to? I'd
Oh,
really
yeah.
like to see that.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'd really like to see that. You talked about doing maintenance here, yet in the past, the board has pushed you pretty hard on getting stuff done. For example, the doors. Kay asked you about the doors recently. We asked you 3 years ago, got your pricing. You put caulking on the bottom of the door. Why are we trying to make this place look like it's all secondhand and pretty much, as Ann Irving would say, Lehigh Acres? So not everybody thinks you're doing such a fantastic job maintaining this place. The maintenance building is a complete disaster. Why do we only have 2 employees? And one being a 1099 employee that we've had for 5 years probably, working maybe unlimited hours. What's our real cost there? We have 3 people on payroll. How is that person being paid? Because it's not on the payroll. Eric?
Oh, they're being paid out of our repair budget. That's where we budgeted.
What's that cost per year? Next meeting, maybe you could tell that.
Sure.
And share that with the community.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Bob, thank you for your comments.
Next is Beth Rice.
Hello, Beth Rice, 9950 Sailview Court. I would just like to make a request about the agenda and the board meeting, that it goes out in an email in that 48-hour span that it's posted on the boards. Do you think that was possible?
Definitely.
Okay, great.
Jeff, did you want to talk? No.
Over here.
I did.
Diane? Okay? Come on, okay.
I'm coming. I'm not. So you're gonna have to listen to me, I'm loud anyway.
Sorry.
It's K McEldowney, 4701 Lakeside Club Boulevard. It'll drop, Michelle. No.
Take it out of the
You
thing.
can hear me, I yell.
Now the people on the thing
Okay,
can't hear
I'm
nothing.
just gonna do, for, social club, I'm supposed to say this. Okay, we have trivia on the 22nd, it's $2 and it's at 6:30. On the 27th, it's called Midwinter Dance. It's $5 per person from 7 to 10. We have paint and sip, and it's the 28th. It's at 1 o'clock, and it's $5 per person. You can bring something you want to paint, or there'll be something there for you to paint. Deadline is the 24th. Okay, and the March 7th is Pine Ridge Day, $10 per person, $15 for a guest. The deadline is 2/28, and the food will be served from 12:30 to 2. If I've missed anything, please check your calendar. And I do want to reiterate what Bob was saying. I have asked about this door last year, because when we painted all this and we did all this, I said I'm not painting that door because the bottom's going out of it and it needs a new door. And I want a new door. Thank you.
Who's doing the food this year?
The food, okay, the food is from,
Smoke and Pit. Smoke and Pit.
Smoke. What is the food?
Smoke and Pit.
Smoke and Pig. Don't worry, I don't know too much of anything.
Not Jones's?
Smoke and Pig. Okay, I know it's on Tamiami Trail. So that's all I know. But yeah, so if you get my door done, or everybody's door done, I appreciate it. Go to
Both
Home
doors.
Depot or something, grab us a door.
Both.
It falls apart. Thank you.
Next time, stand up.
I was standing up, I'm as tall as you, I'm gonna stand it up.
Patty wants to talk. Patty and Don. Right, let's have Patty and then we'll have Don. Patty, go ahead.
Okay.
Patty Behringer, 4693 Blackberry. I apologize for the interruption earlier, but my husband is at home watching the live feed. It's very dysfunctional. There's people writing in the chat. There's nobody sitting there to answer any questions they might have. And a long time ago,
When you were saying it, I was wondering if we could ask Ron, is there a way to have a wire that comes out of that speaker that can maybe hook into the computer? So it would directly.
I don't
I don't know if we could ask him, maybe.
I don't know if that's
Good idea.
what it is or if it's the internet speed, because people are saying it's buffering. It's not just a sound issue. And I'm not an expert in this area.
They haven't changed our office over to fiber optic yet. I wonder if that would improve it. It may or may not.
Set
but
an example, get that done.
We've been trying. It's a little different, I guess, with the business department, but, yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to say something about that. I mean, long time ago, we talked about using Zoom instead of YouTube. And if somebody's sitting at the computer, the people who are remote, like when I was in Michigan, could write a question at the end of the meeting and participate. Right now, they can't participate, they can just watch.
Yeah, the problem that we have with that is that the computer and camera setup is over there and we have to be over here. So if we had a little more, maybe we have some volunteers that would help us with that,
Maybe.
but that would be what we need.
Yeah. Okay. And I want to reiterate what Kay said about the doors, not just that door, the front door. They're both filled up with caulk at the bottom around the door. I mean, it's way overdue. Thank you.
One more.
Okay.
I have two situations going on here. One is the safety committee and the speed cars. I work as a school crossing guard, and if anybody knows, you make a left-hand turn leaving this community, you're on Palm Beach Boulevard. And if anybody knows, there have been millions of car accidents there. They put traffic lights that aren't set up completely yet. It doesn't mean anything. People are going to do what they are going to do. They have traffic lights. The city of Fort Myers is putting up traffic lights. I still see people zooming across with their bikes. I see people making left-hand turns. They don't have any, traffic signal directing them to make a left-hand turn. You think the same thing isn't gonna happen here? It's gonna happen in microcosm, small, but it's gonna happen. We saw that car accident.
Yeah, you're right.
There it is, standing right in front of you. That was one. Two, the streets, the asphalt. The asphalt is coming apart in certain places. I.e. one right near my house. And if I'm not careful, because I walk with a cane sometimes, I'm gonna trip over it if I'm half asleep. It's illogical, so I'm just letting you know. But that's not the only place. I see it all over between the asphalt and the grass. It's cracking. Something has to be done before somebody gets hurt and we all are responsible for a lawsuit.
Yeah. Those corners, we don't have any curbing and it causes those corners to break up. Where it would
So
normally
maybe
be
we should
curbing.
think about putting
Gotta figure something out.
metallic curbing
Something.
and then putting the cement over the metallic curbing.
Yeah, or just fixing it, maybe too late.
Something, just fixing it, it's gonna just fall apart again. In a matter of time, and it's a relatively short time. Because I remember when you had all the asphalt done. And I'm here like 9 years. So it really wasn't that long ago. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks for your comment, Donna. Okay, I'd like to have a motion to adjourn, please.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Second.
Oh, sorry. All approved?
All right.
Okay, carry on.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry. I have a sign-up sheet here. Jeff signed that you know has had surgery recently. We would like to send your performance signature.
Who had surgery?
If you'd like to sign that, we'll put your name on a sweatshirt.
Debbie had surgery, everybody. If you want to sign something.
Eric,
Have fun.
the lady next door to us hasn't been there for 2 years.